So, Southampton up for Newcastle United next at St Mary's. This is not going to be an easy game at all. We know Southampton are playing excellent football at the minute. They've had some fantastic results. So let's have a look and see how we're going to do. This is the Toon Review. Hi everyone and welcome back to another Toon Review where we'll be reviewing this Friday night's game against Southampton at St Mary's. Newcastle's first Friday night game of the season. First Friday night game for quite a long time actually. Newcastle will go into the game buoyed by the 2-1 win against Everton. Obviously we know how well we played in that second half, and it's important that Newcastle go into this game and feel the same way and actually try and be a bit more positive. The first half against Everton was awful. It was Bruce Ball again, and we know how we feel about Bruce Ball. We just don't want it. But second half we were a lot more positive. We came out, we went for it, we scored 2 goals. Yes, one being a penalty, but that doesn't matter. You've got to score the goals anyway. And at the end of the day, everybody was pleased with the win. We did hang on a little bit at the end, but that's always the case when it's injury time and there's 1 goal in it. It's always a little bit risky here and there, but we did well. We defended well in the game. We were confident, and that's what I want to see going into Friday night's game against Southampton. Now, I've got my laptop in front of me and I'm just looking at the league table here, and I see Southampton are in 5th position. Now, so far this season, they've won 4 games, they've drawn 1 and lost 2. They lost 2 very early on, and since then they've been absolutely fantastic this season. They've actually scored 14 goals, but they have conceded 12, which is quite a lot when you look at the top 5, top 6 in the table. It is quite a lot. So I think, you know, the defence is there to be good at. So Steve Bruce needs to have a look at this and think, right, you know, like Everton on Sunday, let's put our attacking players on the field to do exactly that, attack. You know, I said in the review of the Everton game, I said that, you know, we've got the players now in defence who can look after that side of things. We don't need to put the 10 men behind the ball anymore. It's just, there's no point doing that. You know, we're a better team than that. And let the forward guys do their job. Now, judging by the amount of goals that Southampton have scored, they're dangerous up front. But in defence, they do let goals in. So we've got to counteract that somehow, and I don't think sitting 10 men behind the ball again just because we were away from home is going to be the right way forward. I think we've got to be more astute than that. We've got to be better than that, and I think we can be. Southampton, I think, will be without Danny Ings. He picked up a knock last week. It's not as serious as the first thought, but whether I just don't think he'll be fit enough to play on Friday night. It's too early for him. So that's a massive plus point for us because Danny Ings has been fantastic for Southampton. Undoubtedly one of their best players of the season so far, and probably one of the best players of last season. But we go into the game, I would hazard a guess that he's going to keep the back 5. I've got no doubt about that, which will probably be Murphy again, Lewis on the wing back roles, Shaw, Fernandez, Lascelles in the middle. Now in midfield, I would really love to see him go with Longstaff and Hayden. Hayden should be fit enough now to start. He's had some great words to say about the club in the last few days, if you've seen that, just saying how a club this size and a club with a fan base as good as us, and we should be fighting for every ball, etc. Really good, positive interview it was. And I'd love to see him start with Longstaff. And Jeff Hendrick needs to be rested. I don't think he's playing well at all, and I think that's come across in a lot of the games this season. But whether he does, because you've got to remember that Jeff Hendrick is a Steve Bruce signing, and he likes to play his signings quite clearly over people that were already at the club when he came. However, the sensible option for me is to go with Longstaff as a more attacking midfielder. Hayden is the one that's going to sit back, win the ball, give the easy pass off to the forwards and let them do the work. Right hand side, I would say goes with Almiron again. He's done nothing wrong. He's been fantastic. Man of the match for me on Sunday against Everton. He's got to play. He simply has to start. He's performing brilliantly, and nothing can take away his work ethic, his work rate. And he's the man that we need that can just get Southampton on the break. If that's how we're going to play, he's the man. He's the outlet that we can use to get on the front foot. Number 9 position is obviously Callum Wilson. He's got to start. He's bang on in form, and he's one of the first names on the team sheet for me, undoubtedly. Now the left hand side, I don't think he can play ASM through the middle again. He's not that type of player. He's not that type of attacking player. He likes to be on the left, cutting in or taking players on, and that's what we need. Cutting in, crossing the ball. Wilson's there. Now, does he give ASM a rest, pull him out the firing line because he hasn't been good the last 2 games, and put Fraser in? It's a very nice option to have. Personally, if I'm being 100% honest, and I really hate saying this at times, but I would drop ASM. And I would go with Fraser for this game. I think Fraser is a good outlet to use, just like Almiron, and he knows how to find Callum Wilson. I think ASM is, for me, he's carrying a knock. And I think that needs addressing by Steve Bruce. Some journalists need to ask him what is wrong with ASM, but I think he's injured. And a lot of other people do as well. He just hasn't been the same player the last few games. So I'd take him out the firing line, put him on the bench, get Fraser in, and see what he can do. On the left-hand side, in his correct position, whipping balls in for Callum Wilson. That's what they did at Bournemouth, and that's what they should be able to do here. So it's very important. I mean, if we look at the league table for ourselves, we lie in 11th on 11 points, scored 10, conceded 11. We've won 3 games, we've drawn 2 and we've lost 2. Not a bad record, people will say. And no, it's not. However, like I pointed out on Twitter the other day to somebody, yes, the points are there, but the performances and the tactics have been pretty dreadful. You know, we're just being honest. You know, I'm not complaining that we're 11th in the table, you know, level on points with Manchester City, ahead of Manchester United. But on the flip side of that, you know, we've got to realise that the tactics and performances have been pretty poor. And we've got away with it in a few games. But I'm not looking back, I'm looking forward, and I'm quite looking forward to Southampton now to see how we perform, because Southampton are in great form and this is going to be a real test for us. So we'll see how we do, but my lineup is going to be that, like I've just said. I would put Fraser in instead of Maximan just to give him a break, try and recover from this knock, whatever he's got, because every time he gets tackled now he's staying down and he's limping around. There is something there, definitely. So score-wise, I would love us to win the game, don't get me wrong, but if we come away with a point as well at St Mary's, that is a fantastic result given the form they're in at the minute. So I'm actually going to predict a 2-1 win for Newcastle, and you know, we've got to be positive. We've got to be positive after that Everton game. So why not? Why not go at them, let the forwards do their job, the defenders can take care of the rest of it. Let's go and win the game. So hopefully Steve Bruce will have that kind of positive attitude and we'll go out and win the game, because it's a huge game for us and we can really, really make a stamp on this season if we can come away from St Mary's with a result. So that's my prediction. Thank you very, very much for joining the video. If you're new to the channel, do hit the subscription button, do hit the like button, and also the notification bell, which will notify you of any future videos that I do upload. It's a football community channel covering Newcastle United on one playlist, covering the Premier League and other world football on other playlists. So it's for every fan, not just Newcastle fans. So if you're new, do subscribe and you'll see the rest of the videos. All the new subscribers, thank you very much. Big help to my channel, thank you. We're heading towards 200. It's grown slowly, but it's grown. But thank you very much. Hopefully we'll get a result at the weekend, and I'll see you for the review. I'll probably do that on Saturday. And hopefully it's a positive one with another 3 points for the Toon. Thank you very much for watching. In the meantime, stay safe. Take care.
Be strong. Thank you.